The Wheat School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Syngenta Canada, Alberta Wheat Commission, and C&M Seeds.
Peter Johnson at Wheat Pete, RealAgriculture.com, and we need to focus in better with our wheat production like they do with corn. Why is it that corn is always the crop everybody loves? Well, it's maybe because it gets big yields and really is profitable. But man, we can do better on wheat. And one of the things that a lot of growers just haven't got to yet is seeding rate. Now, we can have a long argument about what the right seeding rate is. But when I go to many meetings, particularly, by the way, for you guys out in Western Canada, I go to Western Canada and I ask, what is the seeding rate? And way too often it's like, 150 pounds per acre. What is 150 pounds per acre? It means nothing. Here's why. If I have 10,000 seeds per pound, because remember, wheat changes in seeds per pound. If I have 10,000 seeds per pound and I seed 150 pounds per acre, I have 1.5 million seeds per acre. If I happen to be like the caller on the Word, North Dakota, he had 15,000 seeds per pound. I put on 100 pounds per acre, and I've got my 1.5 million. I go to 150 pounds because I don't do the seed count, and I have 2.25 million seeds per acre. It makes a difference. And so when you think about seeding rate, there's many things that come into play. And what you really should be trying to think about is how many live plants you want per square foot. And you figure out how many live plants you want per square foot. And then you say, we ramp that up, we do the math, and we figure out, based on seed count, what my actual seeding rate needs to be. And we can have another episode or another discussion about what that right rate is, but for goodness sakes, get the seeds per pound. Say, I want 26, I want 30, I want 22 live plants. I know my germ is 95% typically, under really good conditions in Western Canada, so when it's dry and the soil is perfect, you'll get another 5% mortality. By gosh, this year in Western Canada, you guys are sopping wet. And when you're sopping wet, that's what we often are here in Ontario. In the late fall in Ontario, we can have seed mortality rates of 40%. So that changes your seeding rate as well. You have to think about that just a wee bit. This spring, you're really wet, your mortality is likely to be more than 5%. Might be 10%, it's probably not going to be 20%. But figure that in. So I want 1.5 million seeds per acre, if that's the actual rate, or I want to get to that 30 plants per square foot or that 25 plants per square foot. Then you look at your germ, you estimate based on soil conditions what your mortality would be. Generally speaking, you're going to use 90%, between a 5% loss in germ, 5% loss in mortality, and that's how you figure out your seeding rate. And by the way, if you're a really good wheat manager, when you start and it's really wet, you're going to assume more mortality. As the season progresses, it gets into better conditions, you're going to actually change your seeding rate. One seeding rate does not fit all, and I will guarantee, absolutely guarantee, that it's not 150 pounds per acre. Peter Johnson at Wheat Pete, get that seeding rate right.